Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Selena and Crockett, 100.7 LEV. Crockett, you have like double duty. I don't even know when you sleep. You were playing basketball last night with your league. You have like late games, too.
Yeah, you could have watched it, but the whole LeBron scoring title thing was on last night.
You're
I had
almost
8
there. You're just
yeah,
behind him, I'm sure.
I had 8 points in my game, so that puts me about 38,380 back of LeBron, but I'm coming for you, buddy.
Look out, LeBron.
I'm coming. No, it's funny, I actually had a very frustrating so there's some very fundamental differences in how the team that I play on plays basketball. There's a lot of younger guys who want to try to dribble and go to the rim and do all this stuff. And then there's some of us older gents who know a little bit more of the fundamentals of the
Oh,
game.
did you
And
officially put yourself in the older gents?
yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure. Um, and it just got very frustrating. It got very
Mm,
frustrating last night.
mm.
And
I love basketball. My son is in a rec league
that's
with his
fun.
soccer teammates. So it's cool. So, they have the athletics down and everything. Some of the technical stuff they're still kind of picking
Sure.
up, but it's fun. Like it's a lot
Yeah.
of fun to watch the games. Um, and Cole has really challenged himself because he always picks the kids are like twice his size. He's
Good.
like, I got that one. I got that
Good.
one. And the ones that are pretty they're pretty good on the opposite team. He'll challenge himself. Well, the last game he picked his former principal's son. And I'm thinking, thank goodness he didn't realize it. I knew who it was. Cole didn't realize it at the time. They got into a scuffle.
All right. Hey, you want to get in the paint, you gotta work for it. You know what I
I
mean?
wouldn't say scuffle, like they weren't fighting. It's just like, it was a jump ball, but like they were on the ground at one point trying to grab the ball.
Yeah.
Um, and the principal came up to me and said, "Oh, my boys were like, kinda
Yeah,
getting
we'll
into it
scrap.
there." And I'm like, "He'll see you in the principal's office, tomorrow." Like,
Yeah. Little scrap. I'm into that.
little scrappy. Yeah.
Dave, happy hump day. 4 more days. Oh, let's go birds. Kelly, good morning. Yeah, I love basketball. If there was a sport that I could have been now, you know how I'm about football.
Mhm.
The problem with football is once I got done in college, you can't just get a helmet and shoulder pads and go hit somebody in Walmart. Like there's just not the way to play football that same way anymore.
Right.
But I love to play basketball, so I play a couple of times a week. And if I could have been really good at a sport, it would have been basketball.
Mhm.
It's funny when I got I'm trying to think about high school. I made it my freshman year, and then sophomore year hurt my shoulder playing football, and so I didn't try out for the team because it was like, what am I going to do? Stand there? And then my junior year, I hit a growth spurt, so I was always a guard when I was younger,
Mm.
but now was like tall enough to play like forward or center, and it, it just didn't. And now that I'm even older and having played enough basketball, the fundamentals are kind of there. But
Yeah.
I
So you
would have
think you're a
loved.
guard because of your height? Because Cole isn't he's not one of the taller kids, but he's
Yeah,
got
no,
long arms.
I just, I just liked being the point guard because you're kind of facilitating
Yeah.
things. You're kind of, in essence, I guess, like the quarterback
Did
out
I have
there.
the right am I using the right term? Again, it's
Yeah,
rec
no,
basketball, new
the
for mama.
emotions that you gave were also 100% correct. Dawn, Dawn, good
He's
morning.
good at blocking them.
I will say, I think it's great. I know he's plays a lot of soccer. I think it's great. Play more than one sport. Like
Right.
what is he, 11?
Yeah. Yeah, Cole's
11.
11.
But
Yeah.
if he this is my parental advice as a kid who came up in sports and played a bunch of different sports. If he all of a sudden wants to get really serious about soccer and wants to start training for it all year round and doing all those things, great. Please, parents, if you're out there, don't like your kid's not going to the NBA at 8 years old. He might be the best 8-year-old player, but a lot of things can change. It's funny.
Mhm.
One of the guys I play basketball with used to cover the NFL. And we were just kind of talking about like different players who kind of made it. And for me, when I was in college, like there were a couple of guys who went to the NFL, and it was very clear to me these guys were the best players on the field. It wasn't even close. Could they go to the next level and play? Part of that was they might not have been, I went to LaSalle, which was not, we were a 1AA school, but we weren't like Florida or Georgia or anything like that. Like there's just kids that'll hit a growth spurt that maybe were just a little squirt playing football. Then all of a sudden they get to high school and senior year.
Moment to
They're
shine.
absolutely filthy.
And did they play other sports? I mean, because look at Tom Brady. Remember he had some.
He was
He was
drafted
in
by the
baseball,
Expos. Yeah, he was drafted
right?
by the Expos. I just think it gives you such. I think there's things. I think if you're hyper focused on one sport,
Oh,
it doesn't help you kind of like there's things that I did in football that I'll do on a basketball court. There's things that I did on a basketball court that I'll do in a football game. Like there's
mhm.
just,
And that was
I
the
just think,
idea. That's why his soccer team,
yeah,
because he does play soccer year round. He's doing indoor soccer right now. But that was one of the ideas. He'd be at the same level. He's still keeping with his team, still building that
yeah,
teammate
excellent.
trust. And I told him like, it's supposed to be fun because he'll
Yeah,
second guess. Like he'll do the Monday morning quarterbacking, but for but for basketball. And yeah, and I'm like, buddy, just go out and have a good time.
yeah,
It'll if you don't have to make every basket. It doesn't matter. That's
yeah,
not what this is about. It's just about just keeping active.
yeah.
So
It's funny because as one of the older guys on the basketball team, I try reminding our guys, like, I'm like, guys, we're in the C League men's basketball league. No
see,
one out here is Michael Jordan. Like, if you
yeah.
got a shot, take it. If you miss it, so go rebound, go get back on defense, go do something. And that's where, like, I will take not being a great player. I'll understand that. If you mentally and physically aren't just, if you're not running or you're not hustling, it
Is there a coach
fills
on
me
these
with
type
a
of
rage. No,
teams?
no, 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 no.
That's the problem because you don't have anyone saying, "I'm gonna tell you what to do."
No.
Because I feel like if someone does that on your team, they're not gonna like that person.
It's just I will never whatever it is, I won't ever accept a lack of effort. Like
Mhm.
just you might not be the best player out there, but
Yeah.
run,
Okay.
run.
I wanna play with you now. It's gonna be a perfect day today, by the way, to go outside and play some hoops. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we're talking
I
about
like how
frisbee.
gently you said that, like as if it wasn't gonna sound cool. You're like, go outside and
I
play some
did, you noticed?
hoops.
I totally did. I was like, "Hoops. Is he gonna make fun of me?"
Go
He's
outside
totally
and hoops.
he's totally gonna make fun of me for saying hoops.
No, you're a
He
doll.
totally caught that.
I'd never make fun of you.
Right. Oh, by
Um,
the way, we have to go over our prop bets for the big game too.
we
Yeah, I
do.
was
Yeah.
looking at yeah. So, we'll take a look.
I liked when we were trying to decide what the loser has to do. I liked my first option, and
I don't
maybe we could.
remember anymore.
We'll okay. Well, we'll talk about it off the air because I don't
Okay.
want to give anything away.
Okay.
Dewan says, "Selena, you're so funny." Um,
It's not even
and
trying.
I'm saying,
Thank you.
you are funny.
It's so sad. Thank you.
Oops.
Oops.
Yes, we do have to figure that out. But yeah, go back and look at that email because my first option for the loser I think is really fun, and I think it's got some things we can kind of play with there. So um, before we announce anything, I want you to look
I'm
at that.
scared. Wait, I wanna go back to
You
my
should be.
email. Hold on. I'm not gonna say it out loud. I'm just gonna
Okay, it's right in the beginning of the email. I put the first things
mm,
I put were some of the options for what the loser might have to do. Um, and I think we can kind of there's some options there that I like that we can kind of even take
yeah.
this and make it like a year-long thing and like do different
Your
things. So
option is I don't know how I didn't remember. It's bold-faced.
yeah.
It's in
Well, read my emails every once in a while, Selena.
I did listen, I'm dealing with emails about, cookie filling. I'm doing a
Oh,
baking
okay.
thing
You're
next
looking
week.
at the important emails. Okay, good.
I was in charge of finding poppy filling for cookies. We're making, Hamantaschens for Purim coming up,
Okay.
uh, a holiday on the way, and, I'm
Okay.
in
Well, then
charge of
you could start
popping
doing
it.
a live show with your Hamantashas. Did I say that right? Hamantashas? Go with that.
Okay.
Oops. Okay.
Oops.
All
All right,
right.
everybody. We're
Goodbye,
gonna give you
everybody.
your fuel up. Nice Wawa perk from Phyllis Burgess and Honda. That's going to be coming up in about a minute and a half live on LEV. Want to thank big shout out to the Children's Home of Reading for joining us, making this possible. Help out too. Get some information if you're thinking about fostering, if you're thinking about adopting. Maybe you want to just give them a little something. They're always looking for gift cards or experiences. They said that's big
Yeah,
over at
that is
Chore
really
for the
awesome.
kids. Yeah, so get some more details too. Buildingkidslives.org. You see it below. Maybe play some hoops
Maybe play some
with the kids.
hoops.
Hoops.